Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can tell if you're full of shit. Okay. And, this is something that, I've realized in my past. And, there are certain times where I feel like this comes up in my life and I have to check myself. But, I'm going to talk about, this thing where people like to downplay or look down upon other people or situations, right? But what's interesting is that these people that they look down upon, or these situations they look down upon, they are directly or indirectly participating in the shit that they look down upon. And then that's what makes you full of shit, because you're part of the problem or the thing that you're saying is a problem, right? And I'll give you an example. I'll give you a few examples. So one popular example is, for example, guys who will look down upon women who are very sexual and promiscuous, right? Or they'll look at like people who do porn and say, oh, porn is all bad and it's all messed up, right? So the guy will look down on the woman who's sexual or promiscuous, but at the same time, he wants to fuck a lot. You want to fuck a lot of women, but at the same time, you look down on the women who are fucking. You're full of shit. Or you'll say there's something bad about porn and, oh, porn stars are disgusting and it's immoral, but at the same time, you're jerking off to it. You're full of shit. Right? So you're participating in the thing that you look down upon. Right? And see, you think that, because you're not the one doing the porn, or you're not the woman who's being promiscuous, that, that you're all good. No, you're participating in this thing that you say is fucked up. Right? You're jerking off to the porn and you're fucking the hoes. Right? But then at the same time, you want to point the finger at the porn and at the women. But the reason why you're pointing the finger at them is because you're full of shit. Or I'll give you another example. Let's say you have a white person who they like, a lot of hip hop music. They, indulge in a lot of black culture or whatever it is like that. They like sports that are predominantly, with athletes that are black, right? Their favorite comedian or TV star, whoever, is probably also black. But so they'll indulge in all these things, but in real life, behind the scenes, they don't really like black people. Like, or they fear black people or whatever it is. It's like you indulge in all these things, but then when you're around a black person, you're nervous. When you're around a black person, you don't trust them. You're watching your back. A woman might be holding her purse or whatever because a black guy's there or whatever it is like that. So you like all these things about black folks, but at the same time, you still feel some type of way about black folks. You still look down on black folks, even though you participate in these things. You're full of shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't realize they're full of shit because they like to separate themselves from the activities, the people, and all these things that they look down upon. And they don't realize that they're in the same boat. They're in the same situation. Meaning that you can't separate yourself from the thing and then try to look down upon the thing you're separating yourself from, because in order for you to experience that thing or to really be about it, right? You got to be in it. You got to be about it. See, it'd be one thing if, let's say, for example, you don't watch porn and you don't fuck, chicks like that, and you say, oh, well, I don't like this, I don't participate in that, right? That makes a little bit more sense. Or if you're a racist motherfucker and you're like, well, you know, I don't watch anything with black people, I don't deal with black people, I don't want nothing to do with them, and then that's just how you are. Okay, that makes sense. But when you're indulging in these things, but then at the same time you want to turn your nose up at it, you're full of shit. Another example would be like, for example, someone who talks about, oh, well, rich people are scammers and rich people suck and they're all assholes and they, you know, whatever, like just a bunch of negative shit about rich people. But at the same time, you are involved in rich people's situations. You go to rich people's establishments. You basically are on rich people's platforms. And not only that, you secretly wish that you were rich, or you try to get rich. You try to make more money. You understand what I'm saying? So you're looking down upon these rich people, but you're trying to be the rich person. How? You're full of shit. You understand what I'm saying? So it's funny how on one end you want to look down upon a situation, but then on the other end you participate in that situation that you're looking down upon. See, people don't understand how things are connected. You see what I mean? Because see, when I was saying earlier that a person might, let's say if a person doesn't indulge in fucking a whole bunch of women and doesn't watch porn, right? Even though it would make more sense for that person to be, judgmental in that sense, because they're like, well, I'm not doing that because I think it's wrong. A lot of times when people, aren't indulgent in those things, right? They may not necessarily judge it as harshly as the people who are indulging in it. Which is weird, because the person indulges in it and then they try to take themselves out of this situation and then look down upon the person or situation that they're, involved with. So a lot of people, they don't realize that they're actually full of shit when it comes to this type of stuff. They're trying to separate themselves from the situation, but they're tied into the situation. But then they think that on their side, they're the righteous ones. They're the good ones, and the other people are the bad ones. Yeah, you guys, you people who do porn, you guys are fucked up, and there's something wrong with you. But I jerk off to you every night. You're full of shit.